Hey, it's Katie, and welcome back to my booktube channel. I hope you all had a Merry Christmas or just a really great day in general. Today is Bookmas Day 12, which means I will be talking about every book I read in 2020. And I won't be saying too much about each book because I feel like I've talked about a lot of these before, and I also have my Goodreads linked below, so if you want to see reviews for these books, you can head over there because I do have reviews for most of them. But I will make sure to pop up the book cover and also my rating for each of these books in this video. So my reading year actually started in May because quarantine kind of made me pick up a book with all of my free time that I had. So the first one I picked up was Caraval by Stephanie Garber, and this book made me fall back in love with reading. Then I moved on to the other books I bought along with Caraval, which is First Life by Gina Showalter and Zodiac by Romina Russell. And both of these have super unique concepts that made me think, and even though I am not too sure if these are for me, they are definitely both worth the read. Now we are on to June, and I started this month with Legendary by Stephanie Garber, which is book 2 in the Caraval series. And then I moved on to some romance reads, which are Not the Girl You Marry by Andy J. Christopher, and This Is What Happy Looks Like by Jennifer E. Smith. And there was something lacking for me with both of these romances, but I was still kind of figuring out what kinds of things I liked. Next, I read Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard, which I loved, and The Weight of Feathers by Anna Marie McLemore. I finished off June with some of my favorite reads of the year, with Even If the Sky Falls by Mia Garcia and Finale by Stephanie Garber, which is the last book in the Caraval series. July started with me binging the Infernal Devices series, so we have Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare, Clockwork Prince by Cassandra Clare, and Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare. And this series was a roller coaster of emotions for me and introduced me to some of my favorite characters I met this year. Next, we have 2 more romances because I guess they came in pairs. We have The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight by Jennifer E. Smith and Saint Anything by Sarah Dessen. Then we have another one of my favorites, The Coldest Girl in Cold Town by Holly Black, before moving into The Diabolic by S.J. Kincaid and Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welch, which was a super charming wanderlust read. Moving into August, I started with another favorite of the year, An Ember in the Ashes by Sabat Tahir, before I moved into Alex Approximately by Jen Bennett and Perfect Chemistry by Simone Eccles. Not sure if I'm saying the author's name right. Still don't know at this point. And that one is one that I reread from high school and is honestly kind of a guilty pleasure read for me. Then I read Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas, Alice in Zombieland by Gina Showalter, which is an Alice in Wonderland retelling, Hush Hush by Becca Fitzpatrick, and Save the Date by Morgan Matson. These were followed by another one of my favorites, All Your Twisted Secrets by Diana Urban. I finished off the month with some short and sweet reads in Maybe This Time by Casey West and The Distance Between Us by Casey West. September started with The Selection by Kira Cass and Prince Charming by Rachel Hawkins. After that, I moved on to my first mystery, Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. Then, to lighten up the mood, I read some contemporary and romances with Love and Luck by Jenna Evans Welch and The Wedding Date by Jasmine Guillory. This continued into October with Tweet Cute by Emma Lord, Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell, which was my first graphic novel, and Tell Me 3 Things by Julie Buxbaum. Next, I moved on to some fall Halloween vibes with Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi, Children of Virtue and Vengeance by Tomi Adeyemi, and Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling, and Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater, which I actually DNF'd or did not finish. Next is a more lighthearted read to break up the fantasy with Wanderlust by Jen Malone, before I tried Splinter by A.G. Howard. November started with Love Boat Taipei by Abigail Hing Wen, The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern, Love Unscripted by Owen Nichols, and Emergency Contact by Mary H.K. Choi. Then I moved on to some that I really enjoyed. The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater, Things We Know by Heart by Jessie Kirby, and Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets by J.K. Rowling. I threw in some romance with What to Say Next by Julie Buxbaum, Field Notes on Love by Jennifer E. Smith, and Geekerella by Ashley Poston. I finished off the month of November with Frostblood by Ellie Blake and Fireblood by Ellie Blake. For December, I will only be talking about the books I've read up to filming this, so the rest of the books I read this month will be talked about in next year's Bookmas videos. First, we have Heartless by Marissa Meyer, which was an Alice in Wonderland retelling that I absolutely loved. Next are some contemporaries with Aristotle and Dante Discover the Universe by Benjamin Saenz, and We Are the Wildcats by Siobhan Vivian, and Bloom by Kevin Panetta, which is also a graphic novel. After that, I binged some festive reads with We Met in December by Rosie Curtis, One Way or Another by Carrie McDowell, and New Year's Kiss by Lee Matthews. I finished up the year by reading A Crash of Fate by Zoraida Cordova, which is a Star Wars book that I read with my fiance, and By the Book by Amanda Sellett. Those are all of the books I read this year. Comment below if you've read any of these books because I'd love to know your thoughts. Bookmas Day 13 will be my top 10 books of the year, so stay tuned for that. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and make sure to click the notification bell so you know when I upload next. Thank you guys so much for watching. I can't wait to see you in my next video.